Hello and welcome to Community and Population Health in the fall of 2021. I'm your instructor, Sarah Nelson, and I am so happy to be here with you. This fall, we are going to learn about public health and population health, and we're going to dive into some of the social determinants of health that impact different populations throughout our country. There is a lot of opportunity within this material to really dig deep, also to share our own experiences and talk about current events. I think it's going to be really fun, and I hope that you'll find it very fun too. My goal with this course is to get as much knowledge across as possible with the lightest lift on all of you. Each week, you're expected to spend anywhere from 3 to 5 hours on this course. If you find yourself spending considerably more or less, please let me know right away so I can make adjustments. I don't think it should be a problem, but I always like to say that just because everyone gets through work differently. I am going to be holding office hours once a week, Tuesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. I am available many other times throughout the week, but I would like you to book me for that time. We can talk over the phone, we can meet via Zoom, whatever works best for you. Also, please feel free to email, call, or text me. I will do my best to get back to you within 24 hours. That will take me longer on weekends as I won't always have signal at that time. So, let's see, a little bit about me. I have a master's degree in the health sciences from the University of York over in the United Kingdom. I have been working for Humboldt County Public Health for, 7 years now. I really love public health. I really love population health. And I truly believe that through applying appropriate public health principles, we can tackle almost any problem that society is facing today. Everything from climate change to disease to mental health outcomes. I hope that by the end of the semester, if you're not to my level of enthusiasm, that I will have drug you up a little bit. I am going to do my best throughout this course to pull in as many of my coworkers from Humboldt County Public Health as possible. I think it's really important to talk to people who are on the ground doing the work in our community to understand how these things go from topics in class to actually practical interventions happening in society. Throughout this course, we are going to use a lot of different terms. I'm going to do my best to define them as we go. If I ever don't, we have a question cafe where you can post a question in there. You can post a useful definition that you find. You can remind me I didn't post a term, whatever works. So I'm going to start talking about public health. So public health is the science of protecting and improving the lives of people and improving their health outcomes. The work is achieved by promoting healthy lifestyles, either through behavior change or through the change in policies, practices, and procedures. So public health change can happen at many different levels. It can be change that occurs within an individual home, or it can be something as big as a federal law or state mandate that is passed. For example, the Tobacco 21 law that made it so that you had to be 21 to purchase tobacco and tobacco-related products in the state of California. That is a public health policy that affects millions of people and in the long term should add hundreds of thousands of years to lives in the state of California. Overall, public health is concerned with the health of the entire population. Healthcare is concerned with individuals. Public health is concerned with the whole population. Usually the only place public health agencies, not always, the only place they get involved with individual health is if there is a gap in local services, then public health, it is their job to step in and provide those services. So, for example, before the Affordable Care Act passed, before there was it's not complete, but better access to healthcare, public health clinics were doing some stuff that you would expect a primary healthcare provider to do. They were doing vaccinations, they were doing hepatitis C testing, they were doing HIV and STD testing. Some public health departments still do this. In areas where other agencies have been able to take up some of those gaps since the Affordable Care Act passed, you're seeing public health agencies move on from that and say, okay, this is covered by the local infrastructure. So our role at public health is to step back out of that and focus on the other areas where we are still experiencing gaps. A lot of public health has to do with looking at who in a population could have a poor health outcome. What is causing these poor health outcomes? Is it environmental? Is it social? Is it economic? Is it a combination of all of these? Is there some type of policy or practice that could be passed that would make this health outcome better? And then the job of public health is to figure out how to make that happen. Now, population health is overlapping with, adjacent to, and also separate from public health. And this is a confusing comment because population health is a really confusing term. Population health is a term that is used differently across every discipline that uses it. So welcome to that. We're just going to spend a little time on that this session. I just really want you guys to grasp this. It's not going to be at the heart of our course, but I do think if we're going to be in a class called population health, we should know what we're talking about. So the definition of population health that I found that I think covers it the best is that population health is an interdisciplinary, customizable approach that allows health departments to connect practice to policy for change to happen locally. This approach utilizes non-traditional partnerships among different sectors of the community to achieve positive health outcomes. So population health is where public health, healthcare, social services agency, child protective services, family resource centers, community centers, senior health centers, private foundations, local farmers groups. It's where everyone can come together to try to affect health of one group. An example of this is COVID-19 response. So within COVID-19 response, there has been special attention paid to the houseless population. And there has been a collaboration between state and local officials, nonprofit organizations, religious organizations, private foundations to cobble together the resources needed to try to keep this population as safe as possible from COVID-19. How successful that effort has been really varies across different communities and at different points in time based on the funding and resources available. But it is a great example of a population health effort because it is people across multiple disciplines coming together to try to better the health of a particular population. This week, you have a couple getting to know you assignments. They're pretty short. I really look forward to reading all of your answers on those. You also have I think it's 10-minute video to watch from Crash Course Sociology on population health. It's pretty fun. I'm sure you're familiar with Crash Course. I really love the series. And then there's also a short 1-page, maybe 2-page paper on what is population health that digs a little bit further into what I was talking about how different fields use the term population health in different ways. And yeah, that's it for the week. And then, there's a discussion attached to that paper, just a couple comments that you have to make. So all of that is it for the week. Once you are done with that, you get to log out, get the rest of your time back. I hope that all of your classes go very well.